When you start looking into the CFA, you usually hear the classic 300 hours and how hard it is. And it's true, the CFA journey can be very long and very exhausting. There is a lot of good content out there about how to pass the CFA and what are the best study tips, including 2 videos that I've done that you should definitely check it out. But there isn't really that much content about how to stay motivated throughout the CFA, which is a very big struggle and something that you have to focus on. So when I was planning my videos, I knew I wanted to do a video about how to stay motivated throughout the CFA. And I was even planning to try to buy Chick-fil-A, making jokes and things like that, but I had a long day at work. So without the Chick-fil-A, I'm gonna share with you guys my personal 3 tips about how to stay motivated that I applied and it helped me to succeed. So let's get to them. My first tip is focus on each level. So a CFA journey is very long. And one of the things that are the most intimidating is studying for level 1 and thinking to yourself, wow, I can't believe I have to do this twice again. This is the most common pitfall for you to start getting demotivated. So here's what I did. I focused on one level and I would just tell myself that there is only 2 possible outcomes for me in this process. 1, I will take the exam and pass it as many tries as it took me for level 1, because we're focusing on level 1. Or 2, I will take the exam 6 times and fail it 6 times, and I will be forced to not be able to take it again. Because as you may know, the CFA recently said that there's a cap on 6 attempts. If not, you can keep taking the exams. And that is huge, because there's something that I can guarantee that is gonna happen to you. There's gonna be one Friday where all your friends are gonna be out and you're gonna be studying, probably studying a topic that you don't really love. In my case, it was quantitative methods. You're gonna do a practice quiz or a few questions, and then you're gonna click it, score, and then you're gonna get a bad score, maybe like a high 50s or low 60s. And at that time, you're gonna think, damn, is this worth it? Or am I gonna be able to do this twice again for the next 2 levels? The answer to that is, first of all, yes, it is worth it. I think it's worth it. But 2, that is not the time and place for you to start reevaluating the future. You set a goal to yourself and you have to accomplish it. So focus on level 1, pass it. And once you pass it, you can think about continuing for level 2 or level 3. If you ever decide to run a marathon, or if you've ever run a marathon, when you're in the middle of the race, you don't start thinking about what's the next race I'm gonna do, or will I be able to ever do this again? You just focus on getting to the finish line, and then you go from there. So Joel Embiid, the basketball player, usually says, trust the process. Well, tip number 2 is called love the process. And I'm gonna use a gym analogy. So if you ever try to build a gym routine, you've probably been looking to lose an X amount of weight, or you just want to build a dream body. Well, personally, having gone through that, I realized that that's a wrong mindset, because once you start working out, that fixation and that end goal fades out very quick. What I found to be more useful is actually making myself like going to the gym and look forward to going there and working out. Well, the same thing applies for the CFA. If you get fixated on the 3 letters next to your name, the charter, or that big diploma, that motivation is gonna fade out very quickly. If you, on the other hand, look forward to opening the books and studying and learning the different material that is actually very interesting, that's gonna help you much better. Studying is very hard and the material can sometimes be dense, but it's actually pretty interesting. If you're doing the CFA, you probably like finance in general, or you've been studying and learning about it for a long time, and I don't think there's a better source than the material that you're gonna be learning for level 1 and then level 2 and level 3. So a much better way to approach it is fall in love with the process of studying, and then you're gonna become well equipped for the exam, and I'm confident that that will help you pass and succeed. And the last tip is, it's not 3 letters, it's a tool. Sometimes you're really motivated for the CFA because you wanna have those 3 letters next to your name. It kind of gives you a status within the industry. You feel like you're part of a very special club, and you have the best certification that you can get in finance. But like I've mentioned, that motivation of those 3 letters, it's gonna fade out very quickly. As you're studying for this exam, you're gonna find a lot of people that are gonna ask you, hey, is the CFA even worth it? And let me tell you 2 things. First of all, the people that ask you those questions, especially those that work in finance, are usually asking you because they want to re-encourage themselves that it's not worth it. Because those ones that ask usually haven't even had the balls or the motivation to do what you're doing, putting so much effort into the exam. And 2, I really think it is worth it. If you look at the CFA as those 3 letters and having the prestige, that's not going to be worth it. But if you look at it from the perspective of I'm gathering the knowledge for the most useful tool that I can get in my industry, that will. When I personally went into the CFA, I knew I wanted to do wealth management, which is what I do now. And when I put those hours in and when I think about myself now going into level 2 and then level 3, I think I'm going to gather a tool that is going to help me be the best wealth manager that I can be. I really want to become a genius in finance and provide the best advice possible. And I think that the CFA is a great way to get to that. So yes, I do look forward to having my name with a CFA next to it, and I do look forward to having that title in my room. But I also think about, well, when I have the title, when I have the letter, what comes next? And for me, what comes next is using all the effort and all the knowledge that I'm gonna have gained by then to make myself better in the industry and in my day-to-day job. So think about that. If you become a CFA, if you get those 3 letters, what are you gonna do about it? And once you figure that out, that's gonna be a great source of motivation. It's gonna demonstrate to you that it is worth it. So these are 3 of my tips about how to stay motivated throughout the CFA, but which ones do you have? Leave it in the comments and I'll definitely check them out. To leave you with a bonus tip, remember one phrase that is super important that I always told myself. If it was easy, everyone will do it. Keep practicing, keep pushing, believe in yourself, and you will succeed. See you next time. Peace.